What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. So Bitcoin is doing the impossible right now. We are coming back up, testing the multi-year high at 13.8K. Let me know in the chat if the audio is okay, if the music is good. Can you guys hear the music? Is it loud, not loud? All right, guys, so Bitcoin is currently coming up to this area right now. We're actually still creating higher lows, even here on the 5-minute chart, looking to test that 13.8K level. What's up, guys? I see a lot of people in the chat already. We already have 250 people watching. Guys, let's get this stream up to 200 likes in the next 30 seconds. So we're going to see, guys, will 13.8K act as a major resistance, or are we going to break out above it? We're going to find out probably in this stream. Maybe. We'll see. So looking at the weekly chart right now, we can see Bitcoin is just barely below this this high. This is the Bitstamp chart. 13,880 is the high. Bitcoin is currently less than or a little bit over $100 away. So if we start to break out right there, then it's going to get super interesting because we'd be creating the first, major macro higher high. There's really only two peaks here, the 20K peak and the 13.8K peak. And if we get above that, guys, I mean, that's the highest prices other than the 20K peak once again. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that would be huge news for Bitcoin. And a lot of people are speculating as to why this is right now. Why is it that Bitcoin is just so dang bullish at the moment? And it's very likely because of all the institutional interest in Bitcoin. There's a lot of institutional interest in Bitcoin. We were talking about, or I was actually retweeting this. Joseph Young's tweet. Last 3 months in Bitcoin, MicroStrategy buys $425 million worth of Bitcoin. Square buys $50 million in Bitcoin. Stone Ridge buys $110 million in Bitcoin. PayPal integrates crypto purchases. JP Morgan writes about Bitcoin versus gold competition. DBS Soft launches crypto exchange. What is next, guys? What is next? What's really next is, I think, more banks getting involved, and then ultimately banks allowing their customers to buy Bitcoin, and then another whole bull market based on retail FOMO, probably, right? We're already over 100 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get over 200 likes. I appreciate you guys all tuning in. So we're going to be watching Bitcoin here as we're coming up to this historic moment. So what's really interesting is that the parabolic stop and reverse indicator has remained bullish here with these parameters the entire time. So, we're trending right along with the 21-week EMA. And we're going to see, guys. We're going to see what happens. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Guys, let me know in the chat. Click 1 if you think this is going to be a resistance point, 13.8K. Click 2 if you think we're going to break above it soon. Let me know in the chat. So we're going to be discussing a few other things as to why Bitcoin is so bullish right now as well. And also, what do we got for the S&P? The S&P was up today, now it was down, then it's up, now it's down. So the S&P is actually flat. And we're going to be talking about this as well. The S&P 500, the stock market has been downtrending for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. And this is actually something, and Bitcoin's actually been going straight up. So let's compare these, which is generally, it is kind of unusual for this to happen, but this also happened in 2016 during the last election, which is pretty interesting. So we're going to be talking about that as well. It seems like most of the chat. So what do we got here in chat? Actually, it's right down the middle. Some people, guys, don't spam multiple times. It seems like 50-50. Half the people that are watching right now think 13.8K is going to be resistance. Half the people watching right now think that we're going to break out. Honestly, guys, at this point, it's like 50-50, right? It's pretty 50-50 at this point. It could go either way. And, I really wouldn't mind if Bitcoin breaks out. That's awesome. We would probably be a little bit overextended to the upside at that point. But still great. We're all making gains. If Bitcoin dumps, then that's great because I'm going to be buying more for sure. Absolutely for sure, guys. And we're going to be talking about some entries you could be looking at for Bitcoin as well. But also, so we were just talking about how all these companies are buying, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. So institutional involvement is driving prices up, especially the PayPal news. The PayPal news was a big one recently that I think, just the PayPal brand saying like, we're going to get involved in crypto. I think that a lot of people's heads turned and they went, wait, what, a lot of people were looking at that, and so I think institutions sort of had a light bulb go off in their head. Also, JP Morgan is turning bullish on Bitcoin, of course. From this tweet right here, he says, JP Morgan, from Bitcoin is a fraud and will blow up in 2017 to Bitcoin's competition with gold in 2020. So JP Morgan, of course, they always knew Bitcoin was going to succeed, guys. They always knew Bitcoin would succeed, but they have to talk down on it so they can buy cheap, and that's how they play their game, guys. Even Goldman Sachs, is probably doing the same thing, or probably did the same thing. But yeah, now they're equating Bitcoin to gold, which is interesting. So we actually have the most legitimate, the most official entities in the financial space equating Bitcoin to gold now. It's finally happening, guys, right? It's finally happening where the fat cats are now saying Bitcoin is basically digital gold. And that this is all happening now in the year 2020, finally. Crypto is now becoming legitimate. It's now being legitimized by everybody. And we are seeing, obviously, institutional FOMO start to set in here. And not only that, guys, we got the Illuminati buying Bitcoin here. The Rothschild Investment Corporation begins basically getting involved in Bitcoin. The Rothschild Investment Corporation has embraced cryptocurrency by investing in Bitcoin. So even the Illuminati is caving into Bitcoin. What's the quote? First they laugh at you, something, then you win. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Because they're realizing that, wait a minute, Bitcoin, the way that Bitcoin is set up, it's actually superior. It's actually superior, guys. The Rothschilds are now getting in on it as well. Pretty cool. Okay, people are talking about Bitcoin getting rejected here. Yeah, so guys, don't worry. We're going to be talking about, how you could be handling the situation here in a second. And of course, we have all these companies as well buying Bitcoin. So, now with the PayPal news, we have institutional FOMO, and that's pretty cool, right? So Bitcoin's still looking pretty good, right? Who knows what's going to happen in the short term? A little bit of volatility. We could still break 13.8K. It's totally possible still, guys. Don't freak out. But guys, the people that win, the most, first of all, the wealthiest people in the world, the wealthiest investors are the ones that are long-term focused. They're looking at the long term. Guys, successful investors don't just sit there and click around and buy, sell, right? That's not what they do. that, you know, they have confidence in their decision, and they're looking for years, right? They don't care what happens tomorrow. They don't care what happens in the 5-minute chart. They don't care what happens next month. They don't care what happens in 6 months, or, you know, maybe a year, 2, 5, 10 years is what they're all looking at. So if you find yourself freaking out about like a $50, $100 move, you got to relax, guys. The people who are in this for the long term are clearly the winners, right? If we have anything like this happen once again, I mean, you can sit there and try to trade every little move here, but if you just hold on, guys, you know, you're gonna make way more gains than, you know, just fidgeting around the market. I see people freak out about every little move, and it's kind of ridiculous, honestly. It's kind of ridiculous, guys. Like people just said in the chat, "Oh my God, look at the chart, guys, relax, relax." You guys need to relax. Anyway, so basically, you know, somebody in my Discord, by the way, guys, there should be links to my Discord. You can join the Discord chat. Somebody in my Discord today was saying, Kev, should I be looking to sell Bitcoin right now and then rebuy lower along the 21-week EMA? A lot of my viewers know I've been looking to buy along the blue 21-week EMA. So, you know, and they were asking, Kev, should I be selling now to buy back lower? Well, guys, probably not. You know, again, not financial advice, but you probably shouldn't be trying to sell here to buy back just a little bit lower. Because if you sell now or at 13.8K or 14K and there's just like more institutional FOMO, you're going to be, you know, what's the point, right? What's really the point of selling Bitcoin at 13.8 to buy back at 12? You know, what I would do is just get more cash and have that ready to buy on a dump, right? That's the best way to do it. And for those of you that are in that position, which I am as well, I'm looking to buy more Bitcoin on the next dip. You know, if Bitcoin finds rejection, you know, around this level, 13.8. Let's say we do find rejection here, you're going to be looking to buy along the 21-week EMA most likely, right? That's going to be a great area. Like if Bitcoin sees 12K again, right? Along the 21-week EMA, this is going to be the optimal entry. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to get this opportunity or not, but I know that if I see this opportunity come up, I'm going to be taking it. I'm going to be taking this opportunity. If Bitcoin does reject 13.8 or 14K, I will definitely take the opportunity at 12K or the 21-week EMA to accumulate heavily before the next major parabolic run, right? Towards, you know, maybe 17K before a pullback or something, right? Who knows? And, you know, looking to buy along the 21-week EMA. And guys, if you're short-term trading, if you're doing swing trades, you know, again, if things remain bullish, you could be looking to trade off of the 21-week EMA, right? Trade, you know, get your entries along the blue 21-week EMA. And the reason why this is significant is because it's pretty much always played a very significant role in the past bull markets as well. If you're buying along this, you're making a lot of money. And some of you guys who watch my streams and my videos already know this thing that I'm about to show you, which is the golden retrace phenomenon. I think it's this one. Is it from this low to this high? Doesn't really matter. From this low to this high, we tested around the 618. I believe it's that one. And then from that same low, right, to this high here, we tested the 618 golden retrace, right? So remember that. From that low to that high, the 618 golden retrace. From this low to this high, we tested the 618 golden retrace on the next major pullback, right? And even this major parabolic move, from that low to that high, we tested right around the 618 golden retrace. And the same thing on the next one, from this low to this high, we tested right on the 618 golden retrace. Very interesting, right? So we hit the 618 on every parabolic swing, and even if you go from the major swing high to low, to 20K to 3.1, Bitcoin came up to test the 618 fib extension. The 618 has been pretty amazing, right? And even from this low, if you guys remember, I made this 7.2K call from 13.1 to 14K. We got a huge, even though it failed, there was still a massive bounce off the 618 going to retrace. But yeah, so you could be looking to you know, whenever there's a pullback, target the 618. So let's just see what this looks like. This is a total speculation, but bring up the fibs. You know, depending on where, you know, we'll see. That means that Bitcoin would come back to at least 12K, maybe 11.5 even, if 13.K is the top, if you're going to go along with this. But, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to happen. Anyway, just I'm just kind of speculating here, but personally, I'm looking to buy along the 21-week EMA if Bitcoin pulls back. We may not get that. We may just continue being ultra parabolic, but that's just what I would do. So we'll see what happens here. Let me read chat. I've missed a lot of chat. So we're seeing a little bit of resistance here, just below 13.8. So we have someone coming in. Somebody's name is Kevin effing one. I don't know. Did you make this YouTube account just for me? Kevin effing one. Coming in with the 5 says, do you see that bearish divergence on the 4-hour? Do you trust it? I'll check it out in a second. I mean, bearish divergence is bearish divergence, right? Yeah, I mean, it's there, guys. There is bearish divergence. And having bearish divergence right at a major, you know, multi-year high, you know, totally possible that you see a reversal. Totally possible, guys. And honestly, I'm not really that worried about it. In terms of, like, I'm not worried about the volatility. You know, Bitcoin swinging back down, like, not really a big deal to me. We've exceeded so many targets. We're just, like, in the stratosphere right now that I don't care. If we come back to the 21-week EMA, I'm buying. As I keep saying, I know I keep saying that, but that's like, if we come back to it at any point, I'm buying. Or I should say I'm accumulating more. Guys, we have almost 700 people watching. Definitely smash up that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yeah, I mean, so people are wondering about the bearish divergence. I mean, guys, yeah, I mean, it's there. And we're at a major multi-year high, so there's definitely a potential for, you know, a pullback, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, sometimes if demand is high enough, you can negate these indications. So we'll see. I wouldn't say there's no confirmed rejection yet. Not yet. But we are definitely getting some resistance. We're stalling out right below 13.8. Just looking at chat, I've missed a lot of chat. Sorry, guys. I've missed like almost all of chat. So if you've commented recently, I have probably missed your comment. Timothy says, Kevin for president. Yeah, guys, I'm accepting write-ins. If you're going to write me in, I accept. Let's see what people are saying in chat. Somebody's asking, in percentage gains, do you see more potential over the next year with Bitcoin or select altcoins like Ethereum, Link, or DOT? Well, in terms of percentage gains, you're probably going to get more out of Ethereum. You're probably going to get more out of Chainlink. But you know, the most secure investment, the most surefire bet, right? If you're going to bet on the crypto industry, betting on Bitcoin is the most secure bet by far, right? It's the most well adopted, most trusted, has highest level of security, right? So Bitcoin is your best bet. Ethereum would probably, you know, would likely have better percentage gains overall, yeah. the multiples would be far higher for Ethereum. You know, going from under 1K to above 1K, you're going to make way more on Ethereum, right? And Ethereum is the powerhouse right now of the entire DeFi movement. So, you know, it's also a great bet, but I mean, Bitcoin is your best bet. The more risky choice but high reward would be Chainlink. The more risky choice but higher reward would be Chainlink. And also I drew this the other day in my videos and all my live streams, and I haven't changed the drawing, and we're doing exactly what I've been pretty much predicting here for Chainlink. We're going right along with this pattern where we would come back, you know, confirm a daily candle. We were actually talking about it here, right? Confirm a daily candle close above the 21 day, run up to 12.85, which is a previous support resistance. Pretty obvious resistance point. We hit that resistance, come back, retest along the 21-day EMA as support. We got support right above it. And now we're starting to push back up. So we're going to see, maybe we'll chop around here for a bit. You know, maybe we'll chop around. Chainlink might chop in this area till end of October, maybe. And then we'll look to see if we can finally, you know, grind through that $13.40 resistance. And if we do, if we hold the 21-day EMA, again, this is Chainlink on the daily. If we can hold the 21-day EMA, then we might actually end up going semi-parabolic once again. Possibly. We'll see, right? If Chainlink does break below the 21-day EMA at any point, like we start failing here, you know, that's when it's pretty clear that you're not going to get this type of a parabolic shift. But Chainlink could be setting up for something pretty big here if things do remain bullish. Chainlink could be setting up for something really big. And you know, if you're trying to make a play in altcoins, obviously what you want is for Bitcoin to consolidate. That's what you want. If you're trying to make a play in the altcoins. And also, so what else? So what other indications do we have here? We have 4-hour bearish divergence. We have Bitcoin entering overbought territory now on the weekly. And we're obviously coming up to a major macro multi-year high. So, you know, don't be surprised. So basically what that means is going long on Bitcoin right now is probably not a good idea. You know, there's a higher probability of some kind of consolidation, probably. So, and personally, if you're doing long-term trading, you shouldn't be worried at all, right? Shouldn't be worried at all. Guys, I mean, also historically, guys, just looking at the Bitcoin chart, be ready for volatility. You know, I know there's a lot of degenerates out there leverage trading. Just be prepared for some crazy swings here. Be prepared for some crazy volatility. As usual, guys. Just looking at chat. Who's buying XRP? Some people, there's multiple people in the chat asking about XRP. Well, we can take a look. I'm not really much of a fan of XRP, but I will take a look. And there's a few other things I want to discuss here again for some of you guys that just came in. Ethereum is still like not breaking out. So that makes me think that Ethereum is probably still a decent entry at this point. Guys, also the Cryptowatch Desktop App. It's right on the homepage of Cryptowatch. It's free. Go download it. It's free. This is what you saw me open the live stream with, and you can create custom layouts, right? You can do all kinds of stuff here. Really, really cool. And it's a great way because you can have multiple charts all pulled up on one interface. You can, you know, do all kinds of customizations. So definitely go check it out. And you can also watch the spread on exchanges here. But I just want to mention that real quick. It's free, guys. Go download it. So let's take a look at XRP. I haven't really looked at it much recently. I'm curious to see what it has done. Guys, is the audio okay? Is the music too quiet or too loud? I haven't checked it in a while. I can't really hear it. So this was the last time I think I did a stream. I was talking about it. Yeah, so, I mean, what, like, you know, one thing that's pretty obvious, right? There's a lot of people that swear by XRP, and there's a lot of people that, like, really think XRP is just, like, the next best thing ever. But what the chart says, what the chart is saying, the chart doesn't lie, guys. What the chart is telling you is that there is more interest in selling than buying. Right? There's more selling interest for XRP than buying interest, which is why you keep getting lower highs. You know, recently, okay, you do have a slight increase in demand, right? You have a higher lows, okay. You didn't quite make a higher high, so you're like kind of in a neutral point, I guess. You're kind of in a neutral point for XRP. XRP, obviously, guys, there's more selling interest than buying interest. That's why the chart has been downtrending for 2 years. And people don't realize that insiders for XRP have been selling. The guy who, one of the insiders that moved to XLM, I'm pretty sure if you go look up his XRP wallet, he just keeps selling every day, right? So insiders are selling. That's why the chart is going down. But there has been great accumulation recently. Once we hit 11 cents, a lot of buy volume. Somebody's interested in buying it here, right? A lot of accumulation there. So you got that going for you. You got some higher lows. Finally, after 2 years of just lower lows, lower highs, breakdown of the descending triangle, you finally got a higher low and another higher low here, kind of. But you need to really you need to really make a higher high for XRP. You know, it's just, the chart just doesn't look good. The chart literally just says, insiders are selling, whales are selling, price cannot grow. And XRP people that are like religious about it will hate me for saying this, but it's just literally a fact. Anyway, moving on. So Bitcoin, this is another thing I want to talk about right now. Okay, I'm not saying, by the way, XRP can pump. It can see another crazy pump if the insiders want to pump it. Sure. Anyway, here's Bitcoin. Sorry, Bitcoin and the S&P. So the S&P 500 has been downtrending for almost 2 weeks, or I guess 12 days, while Bitcoin has been going literally the exact opposite direction. So there's been a really, really strong inverse correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P over the past 12 days, which is not normal. It's not normal, right? Usually, what do you get? You know, they both reverse at the same time. They both consolidate. They both recover at the same time, right? They're both, you know, generally going up together, generally going down together. 20% of the time, there's a difference, right? But they usually have pretty similar movement, except for 20% of the time. Now, people are wondering what's going on right now. Why is there an inverse correlation? Well, here's another interesting thing that you can look at is the last election season. Here we go. The last election season, the S&P 500 was seeing lower lows August, September, October, all the way until November 3rd. The S&P was downtrending, seeing lower lows all the way. Bitcoin was seeing higher lows, doing the exact opposite of the S&P 500 during election season, right? So that's interesting. We have a very similar thing going on right now, except this was a little bit longer term. Kind of interesting, though. And then after that, after the S&P downtraded into the election, Bitcoin uptrended into the election, and there was some volatility there on election day. After that, they both kind of snapped back into, you know, being very bullish. And then we had a major bull market for both of them. And then the S&P and Bitcoin both began to reverse together here in a very similar time. And then as long as the S&P uptrended, Bitcoin held 6K. And then once the S&P reversed, Bitcoin lost the 6K level and dumped, right? And they both dumped. And then they both found their low pretty much at the same time. It's much clearer if you look at it on the weekly chart. They both had found their bottoms at the exact same time on both dumps, right? You have to bring it up here like... Sorry. It's weird when you don't have Bitcoin in log scale. And bring up the S&P. And there we go. So... Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. There we go. What the hell is TradingView doing? Anyway, you get a lot of very similar moves for Bitcoin and the S&P. In terms of the macro trends, like directionally, you know, Bitcoin's downtrending, S&P is correcting, they recovering both kind of together. Then the global pandemic happens, they both dump, then they both recover at the same time. So they kind of follow a similar direction overall. But recently, as I was just saying, it's been different, right? And that's just like the last election season. Same exact thing happened. S&P corrects, Bitcoin goes up. I think once the election's over, once we come into, you know, like November 3rd, whatever the S&P, maybe the S&P bounces, and let's say Bitcoin's like consolidating until then, I think at that moment, they're probably going to snap back into place together. You know, that's probably what will happen. Anyway, that's just my theory, at least. Just looking at chat. I've missed a lot of chat here. Yeah, people, I mean, guys, a lot of people are like angry about my XRP comment. You know, it's just like the XRP chart, guys, what does it say? It just says there's more sellers than buyers. If there was something crazy that was going to happen with XRP, don't you think there would be something else going on in this chart? So, you know, maybe some more bullish price action? I don't know, guys. It's like pretty obvious what the market is thinking. Julio uses Julio coming with the $2 says, can you look at BETTOGH F pair BDF? I'm not really doing. I don't like to look at these lower caps. I haven't really looked at BETTOGH. It doesn't come up. If it's not on Cryptowatch, I'm not going to look at it. I don't want to go searching for a smaller coin like that. BID, yeah, it's not coming up. Sorry, I appreciate the 2. I appreciate that 2, Julio, but I'm not going to go searching elsewhere for that pair. Yeah, guys, so Chainlink, I'm just taking time to look at chat. I missed a lot of chat. So Chainlink is also, you know, looking like it's literally doing exactly what we discussed on, if you go to my video on October 20th, around October 20th, I said if we can get this daily candle to close above the 21-day EMA, confirm support along it, we would likely range up to $12.85 and then come back down to test the 21-day EMA. And literally, this is the same drawing I had since this day, and we're doing exactly what we expected for Chainlink. So that's pretty cool. Literally exactly what we expected for Chainlink now for over a week. What's the date? Today is what, the 27th? So it's been 7 days, and we got exactly what we were looking for. So we'll see. I think Chainlink will probably consolidate here until November. And then maybe by November, we'll be looking to test up towards $13.40. And then as long as you can keep that support along the 21-day EMA, you're probably going to go parabolic again. Probably. It all depends on Bitcoin, though, right? If you lose the 21-day EMA, you're not going to be going parabolic. It all depends on what Bitcoin's doing as well. Alts need Bitcoin to consolidate to really move. We're not necessarily getting that. Kevin effing one says, thanks, Kevin, for the insights. FBTC bull flag. We'll check. We'll check. People ask about Litecoin. Guys, Litecoin has had a lot of lack of interest. Just looking at chat again. Like, now people are hating on XRP in the chat. I don't want to sit here and hate on XRP that much, but if XRP is the standard, then what's going on here? You know, what is going on with that chart? So we'll take a look at Litecoin. I haven't looked. Somebody was asking about Ethereum to Bitcoin. I haven't really looked at that chart very much. I mean, guys, let me know in the chat. Do you guys prefer trading against the US dollar or against Bitcoin? Click 1 if you prefer trading against USD. Click 2 if you prefer trading against Bitcoin. 1 for USD pair, 2 for Bitcoin pair. For just overall, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Yeah, see, I don't know, like, I'm not sure why. I mean, analyzing the Bitcoin pair to me is a little bit too complicated. It's just, there's just no, in my opinion, there's not really a reason for it. It's harder to gauge. It's much harder to gauge. Because, you know, basically what's going on here is Ethereum is not moving much and Bitcoin is going up. So Ethereum is losing on the Bitcoin pair. But the USD pair is just like a little bit easier to read. It's much easier to read. And ultimately, you know, unless you're trading on leverage, you're getting the same value, right? Anyway. Yeah, I really don't like analyzing the Bitcoin pairs. I really don't. It's way more straightforward here for Ethereum, for USD pair. Here, let me change this. Can you guys hear the music? Link or Bitcoin hitting all-time high first? Probably Bitcoin, guys. Well, somebody's asking, will Chainlink hit the all-time high first or will Bitcoin? Probably Bitcoin. Probably, because we're so damn close. I mean, actually, I don't necessarily know if I want to make that prediction, because if Bitcoin consolidate, let's just say Bitcoin for whatever reason consolidates for like a really long time, all the way to 2021, let's just say that happens theoretically, then Chainlink could have the opportunity to hit all-time highs before Bitcoin. But so it really all depends. It's hard to say. But guys, Bitcoin is officially only 42%. Or let's just go to 20K. Bitcoin is basically only 45% away from 20,000. 45%. All you need is a 45% move, and Bitcoin is at the all-time high. That's it. That's pretty amazing. People are saying if Biden wins, everything's going to crash. No, not necessarily, guys. It depends. You know, if we go to the S&P, if Biden wins versus Trump, it's not necessarily going to make a big difference. In the short term, let's say Trump wins and there's like a little bit more bullishness maybe, and then Biden wins and there's a bit of a sell-off and then a recovery. Like, this is pretty much what I think the difference between Trump and Biden would be for the S&P 500. Just something really short term, maybe only a few months of a difference. The market's reaction to Biden versus Trump, I think, will literally be this insignificant. Because ultimately, you know, guys, the market isn't moving based on, it's not, the entire market isn't just going to moon for Trump or crash for Biden. Like, that doesn't make any sense, guys. We're talking about the entire economy here, right? Like, we're talking about the United States. Who's in office is not necessarily going to determine a bear market versus a bull market. That's just not how it works. Maybe a few months of difference, maybe. But also, guys, we do have bearish divergence on the weekly for the S&P. So keep that in mind. We'll see what happens, but the S&P 500 does show bearish divergence on the weekly. And it's still in play. It's still in play, but we'll see. If the price starts to, if the S&P starts to recover from here and like bounces and starts to push up above the high, and the RSI starts to break above that high or that downward sloping trend for the RSI, you know, then we might negate that bearish divergence. But right now, there is still a chance that the bearish divergence could play out on the weekly for the S&P. Possible. And we'll see, right? Bitcoin's still stalling here. So we do have just a little bit of rejection here, just below 13.8. People are asking if this bull market, will this bull market be more parabolic than the last one? I think, I mean, maybe. It's hard to say. Will it be more or less parabolic? It'll probably be somewhere, somewhat the same, I think. So let me see. Let me zoom out here on this chart and go to, or we could go to the BLX, the Brave New Liquid Index. So we can see the history, as much data as possible. I forget what the calculation was. It was like, so this run up was 55,000%, 55,000%, and this one was 60,000%. So I guess those are kind of equal, actually. Wait, what is it on Bitstamp? So I'm just trying to calculate like where Bitcoin could go. I think it was like divide by 4. There was like a calculation that I saw. So 41,000 from that low, from that swing low to that swing high, then from this swing low to this swing high. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to get this right. So what, 46,000 divided by 4. This is just a random speculation on where Bitcoin would go. 46,000 divided by 4 is 11,500, close to 12,000. 12,000 divided by 4 puts us at a 3,000% gain. So basically that would be like 100K, I guess. So in terms of percentage gains, the next bull market would be less percentage gains, but just as parabolic in terms of market structure, I guess. So it's like, the idea is like each run is dividing by 4 almost. So 45,000 divided by 4, 12,000 divided by 4, brings us to a 3,000% gain to 100K. Which kind of makes sense as the market cap is growing, right? It makes sense that it would be that much less, right? Total and complete speculation. Guys, we have 700 people watching. Let's see if we can get the like count up to let's just try 500 likes within the next 30 seconds. If we can go from 340 likes to 500 within 30 seconds. Let's see if this can be achieved We'll be setting records here. We're already almost at 400 likes. We just crossed 400 likes. Let's see if we can get 100 likes in the next 20 seconds. We're so close, guys. We're so close. Pump the likes. Pump the likes. You guys have 10 seconds to hit 500 likes. 50 likes away. Five seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Where did we end? We ended at 490 likes. That was pretty close. You guys were 10 likes away from hitting a record. Pretty damn good, though. We just crossed 500 likes. Amazing like spike. But yeah, guys, we might just see Bitcoin consolidate here below 13.8. Because if you think about it, you know, think about all the time that the market has spent testing below this area, right? Going from 20K to 3.1, testing up to 14K, chopping around in this range. COVID-19 happens, right? We're now at a point where it's like, okay, are we going to start buying Bitcoin above the second highest high in Bitcoin history? Is this about to happen, right? So the market is kind of thinking about this right now. That's what I think. The mind of the market is now probably stalling just below 13.8K, thinking, are we really about to start buying Bitcoin above the second highest high in Bitcoin history? Are we really about to start running towards 20K? Right. So the market is, I think, contemplating what's about to happen. That's what I think. Which is why you might see a little bit of a stall here. And that's totally normal. That's okay, right? This is a big moment for the market. This is a big decision for the market to make at this point in time. Right? Guys, if Bitcoin broke above 13.8K, would you buy Bitcoin this week at those prices? Click 1 for yes, 2 for no. Guys, at this point, the CME gap is just a meme. It's just a meme. The Gap Boys have lost. Guys, if Bitcoin runs above 13.8K, would you buy above 13.8K in the next week? Would you accept those prices and pay for Bitcoin at above 13.8K? Click 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Man, there's people like spamming this chat over and over. It's pretty split, though. It's pretty split. It actually seems like most people would not buy Bitcoin at 13.8K next week. I'm just trying to see how much FOMO we got right now. Yeah, I mean, right now, I would agree. Somebody says Ethereum is a better buy, and it's true. Right now, Ethereum is a better buy than Bitcoin. Because check this out. Pull up this chart. What you'll notice here, the support level from 2018, right here, right? That like 5.9K, we'll just call it the 6K support right there. That was, you know, obviously this is the major support from 2018. Bitcoin is like way, way above it, right? Way out of the zone, in the stratosphere, 134% from that support. Ethereum is below it. Ethereum, right here, guys. Ethereum is, I guess, on it right now. Pretty much on it. Right? So Ethereum is on that support level. I guess we have this marked up a little bit different, but still, Ethereum is right at that support that Bitcoin has been able to just, you know, move away from easily. Ethereum is actually struggling at the 2018 support before the breakdown. So Ethereum, in my opinion, is a better buy right now because it's undervalued at this point. If you compare it to the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum is definitely undervalued. And there's a lot of money that's going into altcoins that in a sense should be in should be in Ethereum, because Ethereum is providing the infrastructure for the entire like DeFi movement at this point. So I think Ethereum is still undervalued. Ethereum is definitely at a better buy zone than Bitcoin at this moment in time, because we're below the 2018 major support. So, you know, Ethereum still not making higher highs, right? Ethereum still, you know, at a lower high. So I would say Ethereum better buy than Bitcoin at this point in time. Because once Bitcoin starts consolidating, Ethereum is going to probably run up and try to break that $500 level. So, yeah, I would agree with that person who just commented Ethereum is a better buy right now. Far more undervalued than Bitcoin at this point in time. Somebody coming in with the Ariku coming in with a 2 and says, and the message was retracted. So Ariku, I appreciate the 2, but you retracted your message, so I can't read it. But I appreciate that donation. Guys, let me know in the chat, do you think that, would you rather buy Bitcoin right now or Ethereum right now? Click 1 for Bitcoin and 2 for Ethereum. Let me know in the chat as we wait to see what Bitcoin does here. We are finding some resistance now, just below 13.8. Which, again, I'm not really worried. I don't really care. You know, Bitcoin is sitting in one of the most bullish setups it's seen in years, so it's not really a big deal to me. Once again, for anyone who might be new to the stream or the channel, first of all, smash that subscribe button and the like button. Second off, on this channel, we've been talking a lot about the blue 21-week EMA, that if Bitcoin at any point does return back to it, that's going to be the area that you probably would, that's like the optimal entry for a long, you know, if Bitcoin is looking to become, you know, much more bullish as we potentially move into the next major bull cycle, right? All along the 21-week EMA is going to be a prime entry for not only accumulation, but also potentially swing trades, right? Entries for the next parabolic run-up, entry for the next parabolic run-up on each one. And that's very much what we did in 2017. Very similar thing. And I think it's quite possible that it might repeat again, because we've been above the 21-week EMA since end of April. So it seems like a lot of people, I told the chat, would you rather buy Bitcoin right now at just below 13.8, or would you rather buy Ethereum at 409? Personally, I think Ethereum is a better buy right now. I think it's undervalued compared to Bitcoin. That's my opinion. So I would have typed 2, but the chat is very split. It seems like the chat is looking for Bitcoin just as much as Ethereum at 13.8K. Somebody came in with a $5 tip and says, how high do you see Chainlink going in a full-fledged bull market? How high would Chainlink go in a full-fledged bull market? Someone asks. Well, the supply of Ethereum is what? 100-something million? How would you do this calculation? So someone's asking me how high would Chainlink go in a full-fledged bull market? You know, Ethereum, a lot of people build on Ethereum, and Chainlink can be utilized in a lot of different ways, even by off-chain services, right? So I would say that you just, you know, as a complete speculative guess, because Chainlink's supply is what, 350 million, Ethereum supply, well, I guess circulating for Chainlink is 389 million for Chainlink circulating supply. And for Ethereum, it's 113 million. I would just divide by 3. So 1,400 divided by 3. Again, it's total speculation. Someone's asking me how high will Chainlink go in a full-fledged bull market. 1,400 divided by 3 So I would say 400 bucks would be like the absolute peak target in a bull market for Chainlink. You know, which sounds crazy, but Ethereum went from $6 to, you know, Ethereum saw a 20,000% gain in the last bull market, right? So those types of gains are not unheard of if Chainlink entered a full-fledged bull market. You know, or crypto entered a full-fledged bull market, you know, just go from, if you want to get real crazy, here, a 10,000% gain to 400. Complete speculation, guys. There is nothing really, other than comparing it to Ethereum's market cap, there's nothing really backing up that prediction at all, just so you know. But that's just an ultra bullish guess for Chainlink. We'll just go with $400 Chainlink in a massive multi-year bull market. Complete speculation. And it sounds crazy, right? I mean, guys, like, imagine, just think about this for a second. Imagine if you were before the last bull market. Imagine you're sitting Ethereum 2016. Ethereum's, you know, just ranging here. Ethereum's sitting at $10, 2016, and you're buying it, and you're like, oh man, when is this bull market going to happen? And then you dump all the way to $5.81, and you're like, man, this sucks. Well, I guess I'll accumulate some more. And then all of a sudden, the bull market just begins, and you see a 20,000% gain. You go from $6 to $1,400 in less than a year. $6 to $1,400 in less than a year, or a year, I should say. You know, imagine if in 2016 I was saying that to you. Hey guys, I know we're at $6 right now, but we're going to go to $1,400 for Ethereum. You guys would be like, oh my God, who is this guy and what is he saying? I mean, it happened, and it's possible. In this market, those things are possible. So Chainlink hitting $100 is less than a 10x away. Totally possible to hit 100, maybe even 400 in a full-fledged bull market. That's like actually realistic. For a lot of people, it seems unrealistic because Bitcoin, you know, they came in 2018 and we just have done nothing, and now we're finally moving. But trust me, guys, in a bull market, those moves are completely possible. $100, easy target for Chainlink to hit in a bull market, easy. Man, somewhere out there coming in with the $5 says, how high do you think Cardano will go? I have not really thought about that. I'm not really interested in Cardano, and I don't really know what I would say the upside target is. I'm not totally sure. I appreciate the 5, but like I don't really even know enough about Cardano to make that type of a call. Like, I don't know anything about the project, what they're doing. So, I don't know. How about this? Man, somewhere out there, you comment with your prediction on how high you think Cardano will go, and because you tipped me, I'll tell everyone what you think. But I don't really know. So we're going to see what man out there thinks about Cardano, and then I'll let you guys know. So people are asking about how high do you think Litecoin is going to go? That's hard to say. There's been a big lack of interest. Zach Blooming is spamming Polkadot. Now I'm not going to talk about it because you absolutely just destroyed the chat. So we're going to not talk about DOT now because you did that. I hate that. I hate that. Hey, mod, one of the mods, can you like block this guy from spamming? So man somewhere out there thinks that Cardano is going to hit $3.50. So man out there's prediction for Cardano is $3.50. So Vic Ron S coming in with the 5 and says the bearish case for Bitcoin, price target end of year for 2020. So someone's wondering what the bearish case for Bitcoin would be right now. So here we have the bullish case that we would be finding support all along the 21-week EMA until we reach the all-time high and break it above 20,000. And in this scenario, so you know, there's been a lot of talk about the decoupling, which Bitcoin decouples from the stock market 20% of the time and does its own thing. 80% of the time, it's generally correlated. So one thing that I just want to mention is that if the stock market, if the S&P 500 like dumped and just like went through a major correction, this would not be good for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin would not be able to perform all that well, right? Very likely the bull market for Bitcoin would be stunted and sort of halted if the S&P saw some major downturn. Like, let's say COVID-19 picks up again, we lock down again, and the S&P, you know, sees some sort of crazy correction. You know, Bitcoin wouldn't do very well in that scenario. You know, people are going to want cash, people are going to be scared again, whatever. I'm just saying. And even if there's just an economic issue and the stock market has a major downturn, Bitcoin would not do that well. So in that scenario, it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say, but you could be looking for... I mean, I haven't really thought about this all that much because the bullish case is just too strong right now. End of year? Somebody's asking end of year bearish case for Bitcoin. You know, it's kind of hard for me to... I mean, okay, if Bitcoin was going to go bearish, I would say that we probably would be around 10.5K end of year. If we go bearish, you know, you could be looking for 10 to 10.5K end of year. Which is crazy, right? Which is crazy that it's only 10 to 10.5K in a bearish scenario. But that's just how bullish we are right now. There wouldn't be all that much time for Bitcoin to correct. And if things do become bearish, very bearish for the stock market, I would say that's probably the lowest we would go by the end of the year. But I don't think that's going to happen. Total speculation, guys. But that's in a bearish scenario overall. Just speculating. I mean, I think the bearish case almost has no weight right now. The only way the bearish case for Bitcoin would actually gain momentum is if, you know, if COVID-19 cases picked up heavily and the U.S. went into lockdown and there was no stimulus. I don't know, like Joe Biden gets elected, everyone's just freaking out. You know, maybe then you'll see a more bearish outcome, but for right now, the bullish case is too damn strong. It's too damn strong. It's going to be hard to knock Bitcoin off this train, off this track, I should say. Even though the weekly parabolic stop and reverse indicator is pointing up still. So that's looking pretty good. Some of my regular viewers already know about this. By the way, if you're new, definitely subscribe. Hit the like button. If we go to the Heikin-Ashi candles, this pair is awesome. So the parabolic stop and reverse indicator was pointing down, right, from 2018, if you're looking at the left side of the screen, from August of 2018, the parabolic stop and reverse indicator was pointing down, pointing bearish, all the way until February, like right at the bottom of the bear market, and then it flipped bullish. And even though the Heikin-Ashi candles, you know, it's a great pair for identifying trends, even though they flipped bullish for 2 weeks, the parabolic stop and reverse indicator kept you on track the whole time. Then we flip bullish, and all the Heikin-Ashis are pointing bullish, good trend, trend's intact, parabolic stop and reverse indicators pointing up. Amazing. Okay, we flip bearish. We just trend down all the way until the bottom of this pullback. Then we flip bullish. And even though we had some green Heikin-Ashi candles in between, the parabolic stop and reverse indicators keeping you on track, flip bullish again, run up, Then, of course, the crazy volatility of the global pandemic. This entire range is kind of like just whatever, you know, a little bit confusing because of what happened. But since then, guys, remember, we trended with it all the way down to the bottom of the bear market, all the way up to 14K. We trended with the parabolic stop reverse indicator all the way down to that 6.4K level. And then we trended from we found the low, we run up. Since like 7.2K, we've trended with the parabolic stop reverse indicator, and it's told us that we're in a bullish trend all the way from that point, all the way from April. Isn't that pretty amazing how accurate this indicator has been for identifying trend direction? It's been like amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. Right? And even though the high Kanashi candles could have faked you out here, you know, if you thought a bearish trend was going to begin or something, right? I mean, the parabolic stop and reverse indicator was pointing bullish the entire time. So like using this pair is really effective and it's pretty amazing. So if you want to identify trends a little better, you can be pairing up the Heikinashi chart style with the parabolic stop and reverse indicator, and you'll get that trend direction pretty down on the weekly chart. The weekly chart, guys. Lower time frames are a little bit whack, but weekly chart, it's been pretty amazing recently. You know, should I be holding? Should I be remaining long here? You know, the parabolic stop and reverse indicator was saying yes since 7.2K. Amazing. So we'll see, right? We also have Bitcoin, you know, entering slightly overbought territory now in the weekly. So keep that in mind. Now, Bitcoin remained overbought on the weekly from, you know, during the up to 14K, you know, from 5.7K all the way to 14. Actually, we dipped below it here for a second, but we were pretty much in overbought territory on the weekly from April until June during this run up from 5.7 to 14K. We were pretty overbought the entire time, but that didn't stop Bitcoin from seeing 150% move to the upside. So, you know, we are hitting overbought territory here, which does indicate that, you know, maybe we are overextended, but Bitcoin has been known to remain in overbought territory during bull runs. You know, it's happened many times, right? Using the RSI to indicate, you know, if Bitcoin has topped out on the weekly chart during a bull run, it was not very effective at all. You know, maybe to do some swing trades or something, but we remain overbought for a very long period of time during bull runs. So it's not that effective, but do we still have the 4-hour bearish divergence? We're overbought on the weekly, coming up on that 13.8K multi-year high. You know, if we do see a pullback, it's not a surprise. And again, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, buying Bitcoin at this point right now is not necessarily optimal. I would wait for it to come back to the 21-week EMA and then buy there. If that happens, right, before the next major run-up, we'll see what actually happens. The better opportunity right now is ETHEREUM, actually. ETHEREUM is probably the best bet at the moment. Still undervalued. Guys, we almost have 600 likes. Austin is saying, come on, guys, 1,000 likes. I agree, guys. Let's see if we get 1,000 likes on this stream. People always talk about insane prices for XRP. Just do the calculation 99 billion times 386, and you'll get a number that's like the size of the U.S. national debt, which is impossible for XRP market cap to ever hit. Josh Barr coming in with a 5 says TIA on Monero. What's up, Josh Barr? It's good to see you, Josh. Wait, Josh, most of my viewers lost their mod positions. The viewers that have been here for a long time. I'm gonna throw you back. Oh, you are mod still. Cool. Josh Barr has been around forever. Josh Barr is one of my original viewers, actually. Appreciate the 5, Josh. Let's go to... I actually haven't really been looking at Monero. Wow, since the global pandemic, Monero has just been on a huge tear. From just above 26 to 130, just below 140. Putting you at a 434% gain from the low of the global pandemic to the current price. 434%. That's pretty amazing. You know, I heard that the was it the Department of Defense or Homeland Security? They were having trouble tracking Monero or something, and they really don't like Monero, which makes me like it more. That's pretty cool. So let's see what we got. I haven't really looked at Monero much. Monero was an underperformer, kind of like Chainlink, or sorry, not Chainlink. Monero was an underperformer, kind of like Litecoin. Litecoin and Monero have been underperformers since 2018 until now. Now Monero is catching up again. So, and also I think there's a big similarity here. If you look at what Ethereum did, check out the Ethereum chart and then look at the Monero chart. Very similar style performance right now. They're doing a very similar thing, which is interesting. Though Monero had a much harsher time during the global pandemic. You know, it's hard for me to say what Monero is about to do because we're not really like. We've had so much chop in this region. There's just been so much chop here that it's kind of hard to gauge. Just from a simple support resistance standpoint. I mean, really at this point, you have a couple pretty significant areas of resistance right here. So if you get above, I would just go with the whole number 150. Because crypto is very heavily based on whole numbers. If you can get above about 150, then you're looking pretty good. So at this point, you know, Monero needs to get above 150, and then you could start to enter a bull market, basically. What 150 is actually coming in. Oh, I didn't even realize. So we had support here in 2018 as well, where Bitcoin was finding support at 6K, Monero was finding support at 150. We had resistance there in 2017. We had resistance here in 2018, and we weren't really able to get back to it, but now we're just below it again. So get above 150, and in my opinion, that would actually mean that Monero is officially in a bull market because you've had enough sustain in price. You've had a sustained increase in price for a long enough time, and you're going to break above critical support resistance. That would put you in a official bull market. And you're going to want to hold 116 as support. I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Or 115. So if Monero does continue a bit of a pullback here, you're going to want to hold 115, and then you're going to want to probably ride along the 21-week EMA and try to get above 150. And if you do that, that's bull market territory. So got to hold 115 for Monero. Otherwise, you'll end up ranging back towards you know, some of this major support at around $90. But I kind of forgot about Monero. I haven't looked at this chart in forever because it was an underperformer. I mean, if you're looking for an entry for Monero, I would just target like 115, 116 probably, or the 21-week EMA, because that is also a major support right now for Monero. So if you come back to that, that is also an optimal entry. But 115 could be your area of entry, and the resistance you got to break is 150. So Bitcoin is still holding this area above 13,600. I mean, the first thing that I look for, guys, is just the most basic support resistance analysis, right? Where's your horizontal support? Where's your horizontal resistance? You know, what's the trend looking like? And one of my favorite moving averages is the 21 EMA, especially on the weekly. The daily, the weekly, the 21 EMA is, and for this market, it's super effective. On most coins, even on the daily, the 21-day EMA for Chainlink was you know, a huge support, resistance, support. Once you close the daily back above it, you bounced up, you came back to use it as support. That's for Chainlink. For Ethereum, you're holding the 21-week EMA as support. For Bitcoin, obviously the 21-week EMA is also support. It was huge support in the bull market as well. Well, someone's asking about a Chainlink entry. Your entry, we talked about this in a lot of my videos. I actually missed this entry the other day. I was looking to buy along the 21-day EMA, which is, you know, this is exactly what we've been discussing since 7 days ago. We were talking about if we close the daily above the 21-day EMA, we're going to range to $12.85 and then pull back to the 21-day EMA. We thought that was the most likely scenario, and that's exactly what happened. And we didn't touch the 21-day EMA exactly, this blue line. We got like really close to it, and I missed this entry here. So, I mean, if Chainlink can remain above the 21-day EMA, consolidate sideways, use it as support, I guess anywhere in this range is a good entry. You know, anywhere in here if we're going to hold it, if this plays out. But it's hard to say. We have to see what Bitcoin does first. Just looking at chat, I've missed a lot of chat. I've missed some chat here, just looking through it, just seeing what you guys are saying. Guys, let's see what you guys think. Tell me in the chat. Click 1 if you think Bitcoin will break above 13.8 right now. Click 2 if you don't. Click 1 if you think within this weekly candle we're going to break above 13.8. Click 2 if you think we're going to get rejected. Mukesh came in with the €2 and said join Kevin's Patreon. He is the best. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if you are interested, there's links below. You can join my Patreon. Get extra content. You can see one of my secondary portfolios where I'm managing. I think it's now, the portfolio value is now like above 56,000 probably. So it seems like people think that we're more, it seems like we're actually 50-50. Some people are, it makes it so hard to gauge. Some people spam the chat and I can't tell. So it seems like majority of people actually think we're going to get rejected at 13.8K. But we'll see, guys. We're 40 likes away from 700. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. I think we're coming to the end of the stream now. I've been talking for a long time. I've been nonstop talking for how long? How long has the stream been going? An hour and a half. So we're coming to the end of the stream soon, I think, guys. Vidal coming in with the 400 RUB. What is that again? You can tell I don't trade Forex. The Russian ruble. Russia is in the house. Coming in with the 400. So please tell us about Litecoin. Okay, you guys want to talk about Litecoin? Guys, let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what country, what region. I always like seeing where you guys are tuning in from. I know we got one Russian in the house now. Host Beef, you're definitely not from Wuhan, China. Sweden, Romania, Germany, Belgium, Scotland, Sweden, Poland, Oklahoma, France, Colombia, UK, Switzerland, India, Germany. We got a lot of Germans. I noticed we have a lot of, obviously 50% of my viewers are from the United States. Then the analytics says the next major one, I think 25% from the UK. And then we have the next biggest one, I think, is Netherlands, then Germany, Sweden. And I think that's all I can remember for now. Those are my biggest countries. So that means if I do a crypto meetup tour, I got to go around the US, then I got to go to the UK, then I got to go to Germany and the Netherlands. Portugal, Pakistan. Sorry, I just like seeing where people are from. So guys, Litecoin has been a bit of an underperformer. Our one Russian friend was just commenting, asking, what is up with Litecoin? Now someone's asking about Digibyte. Hold on. So, I mean, Litecoin is finally getting above this resistance trend. So Litecoin was, downward sloping resistance. We test above it, tried to hold it as support. There's a lack of interest here. You snapped back below it, and it became resistance, and you're now above it again. So Litecoin has been really, really underperforming. I don't see people talking about Litecoin anymore, which, there's a lack of interest, right? There's a lack of interest in Litecoin. So keep that in mind. You need to get above $65. 65.31, and then you'll be headed for 84.50 most likely. There's really not much activity. If you notice, guys, this range right here, in between 65.30 and 84.50, you just get swing up, swing down, swing up, break below it, swing up, swing down, swing back up, swing down. It's just an area of not much activity, right? So if you get above $65, you're going to be heading for 84.50, right? And at this point, Litecoin got a pretty strong base of support sitting around 40 US dollars. So that's like your optimal entry, I guess, is somewhere around 40. But if you get above 65, that's probably going to send you to 84. I don't really like the Litecoin chart. There's just not much going on here. There's not much activity. This thing's like a stable coin. It's just been underperforming, not much interest. Back during the bull market, guys, Litecoin was like it was like the talk of the town, because it was like Bitcoin Lite, Bitcoin Silver, or whatever. It was like Bitcoin but cheaper, and like everyone, nobody knew what crypto was. They were just buying it, right? Had a huge gain, and now, what's the reason to buy Litecoin right now? It's just cheap, I guess. I don't know. There's not really. I don't really hear much about it. If they implement those privacy features they were talking about, then Litecoin would probably see a huge move. But other than that, Litecoin is really underperforming, and I'm not really a fan of it right now. Yeah. If you get above 65.30, you go to 84.50. If you get above 84.50, then, you know, there's like no, well, there's some resistance in between, but first hurdle 65.31. Not much else to be said. So what do we got? Someone from Czech coming in with a 200. What's your opinion on Digibyte? I don't have much of an opinion. I don't really follow it. Yeah, there's like a cult behind Digibyte, but just looking at chat. Yeah, I don't have much of an opinion on Digibyte, guys, and I don't even look at the chart. Now we're getting into like altcoin analysis, and I'm not familiar with a lot of these random coins charts. I don't really look at it. Is this the Digibyte chart? Are we just dumping on the weekly right now? What the hell's going on with Digibyte? Digibyte's getting crushed? I like never look at Digibyte's chart. What was that? That was a weird chart. I think I looked at the wrong pair, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what exchange to look at. I'm not going to look at Digibyte right now, but I appreciate the dono. Now there's just altcoin requests coming in left to right. I don't want to look at a bunch of random alts. There's certain charts that I study, right? There's certain charts that I look at all the time: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and a few others. And the random alts, you know, if I pull up the chart, I'm gonna have to like start from the bottom and analyze it. You know, I'm not gonna do that right now. You know, what's the utility for Digibyte? Why buy Digibyte? Why? Just buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and then maybe Chainlink, right? Those are like, in my opinion, that's like the magic three: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. Chainlink is being used by so many different projects. Chainlink is being used by things that aren't even blockchain related. Ethereum is the infrastructure for crypto right now, right? Literally, Ethereum is the infrastructure of crypto. Bitcoin is the main store of value. There's the most trust, the most adoption, the most security behind Bitcoin. It's the most surefire bet in the crypto industry, right? The main store of value, Bitcoin. Ethereum providing all the infrastructure for the crypto industry. Ethereum, second best bet. And then you have Chainlink, which is gaining some of the most partnerships of any project in the entire crypto industry right now. A lot of people are using it. So in my opinion, that's like the magic three. If you want to speculate on an altcoin, you can go with Chainlink. But you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum are like must-haves. If you start to go too deep into these altcoins, you know, if you're heavily researching an alt and it makes sense to you to buy it, then sure, you know, you've done your research. But don't get too, you know, invested in these projects that like have nothing going for them. And investing in Ethereum killers is like the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Ethereum is so integrated into the industry, it's not going to be beat by somebody else. It's just not. Once Ethereum 2.0 comes out, it's game over, guys. It's GG for any Ethereum killer. Trust me, trust me. Bitcoin is like not doing all too much. Kind of just still trading right below 13.8. Almost at 13.7 again. So we're just going to hang out and wait to see what Bitcoin does. I mentioned earlier that I might end the stream, but what I might actually do is just take a break. Like just go on like a 5-10 minute break and then come back. And we'll see what happens. Guys, I'm going to go on a 5-10 minute break and I'll be back. So definitely stick around. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to see what Bitcoin does. Take a little break and I'll be back. I'll be right back, guys. I'll see you soon. What's up, guys? And we're back. I got myself a super coffee with some protein in it. So it seems like Bitcoin is still stalling here. What do we got? By the way, guys, you should definitely check out what you just saw on the screen, the Cryptowatch Desktop App. You should definitely check it out. Download it. It's free. It's free. Thomas says, hold on, is the music too loud or no? Are we good? So Thomas is saying he bought a lot of Digibyte at 2 cents or almost 3 cents. And he's not sure if he should swap it out for Chainlink, but he understands if you're not interested in it. Well, guys, you know, I'm not like familiar with the chart, right? I study certain charts, and I don't want to go too heavy into an analysis unless I've studied the chart. But, you know, which coin has a more potential gain in the future, Digibyte or Chainlink? Probably Chainlink. Probably Chainlink. Chainlink probably has a much better chance at seeing, you know, you'll probably end up getting, you know, in my opinion, Digibyte is a project that, I'm not totally educated on Digibyte, but it's a project that could fade out over time. I think so. I mean, what are they doing right now? Chainlink is a project that is going to likely grow over time. So I would say Chainlink. I would say Chainlink is a better bet than the Digibyte. But this is not financial advice, guys. Not financial advice. Can someone tell me like what Digibyte's actually even doing? Like people are telling me that there's like I hear so many different things about Digibyte. But anyway, Bitcoin is now on a parabolic trend. Pretty cool. If we're looking at the daily chart, we have that base at 9,800. And the support levels are beginning to have an exponential rise, which means we are in a parabolic trend now. Very cool. So let's take a look. So that's kind of like your current parabolic structure. And what's really interesting is that Bitcoin has formed a parabolic structure on the daily chart all the way up to 13.8K, which is obviously very significant because that is the 2019 high. That's the second highest high in Bitcoin history, 13,880. And now we are rising parabolically up to that resistance. So it's going to get pretty crazy, you know, if Bitcoin breaks below this support level, this upward sloping trend. Yeah, you know, then at that point we lost the momentum probably, at least for the short term, you know, and we would break the short term parabolic structure. If we can maintain it and break out, this is going to, you know, it's going to be pretty historic because there's not much going on here. We just went straight up to 20, straight back down to, you know, this area. I mean, this activity, guys, is just, if we get above 14,000, in my opinion, you know, we'll probably end up going to 17K, probably. But it really depends. I mean, you have like 16.3, this area where you had some of the weekly candles close and open here, you know, just around 16K, I guess, 16.1. And then you have like 17.2. If you even want to really take note of that, you could. I guess the market is going to be looking at these levels. So if you get above 13.8, 14K, you're probably going to be going up to 16,000, 16.1, somewhere around that level, which would be pretty amazing. There's nothing in between. So again, like I was saying earlier in the stream, the market is like deciding right now if they're going to be, are we really going to be buying 14K Bitcoin now? Because, right now you're seeing a bit of the price is stalling a little bit because the market is unsure. It's getting pretty high up. How strong is the demand right now? How strong is the FOMO right now? People are saying wrong 14,040. Just looking at chat. Which community most likely has a higher IQ between the Bitcoin community or the XRP community? Probably the Bitcoin community has a higher IQ, I would say, because if you invested in XRP, you haven't made any money. If you invest in Bitcoin, you've made a lot of money. So I guess there's your answer. People are asking about price targets on Chainlink, guys. If we consolidate, again, we've done exactly what we were expecting for the past week. We got the daily candle close above the 21-day EMA. We hit 12.85. We returned down towards the 21-day EMA. If we can consolidate in this range, then we need to break $13.40, which is the next upside target. If you get above that, then there's really not much resistance until, at least 15. $15 was, we had a lot of support here, a lot of resistance here. We had a lot of daily candles closing right along the $15 level, right? So if you get above $13.40, then you're looking for about $15. And this is putting us on a potential parabolic trend. Christian says, a lot of people are, I've heard this before. Some people are saying that the Cryptowatch Desktop App has some sort of program that's going to hack you guys. Do you understand who created this? The Kraken exchange, the second biggest exchange in the United States with a very good reputation, funds Cryptowatch. That's who's funding Cryptowatch. They're very reputable. It's a well-known group of people funded by Kraken. If trust me, it's fine. Trust me. Steve Taffy says he bought 400 Chainlink at $18.85. Yeah, that's pretty rough, right? That's pretty rough. It was looking really good for Chainlink all the way up, right? I mean, we were on a really nice trend. It was going parabolic, right? We had that parabola going all the way up right here. And then Bitcoin, the stock market, both reversed on, beginning of September, and Chainlink did not handle that very well. Yeah, guys, Kraken funds Cryptowatch. Everybody knows Kraken, right? So go down below. First of all, sign up for Cryptowatch. It's free. Sign up link below. It's free. Second of all, download the Cryptowatch Desktop App. It's free. And also, there's also a sign up link for Kraken if you want to support the channel. Guys, people keep asking about altcoins. What are altcoins going to do? Some people are saying, are altcoins going to wait for Bitcoin to cross 20K before they move? Guys, it's all depends on if Bitcoin consolidates. If Bitcoin is going to consolidate in this range or something, let's say Bitcoin does do this, the altcoins would have a lot of activity in this area, right? So whenever Bitcoin consolidates, so Bitcoin goes up, altcoins are going down, but when it consolidates, the altcoins run up. Then once Bitcoin breaks out again, the altcoins are going to consolidate. again or sell off. And then once Bitcoin consolidates, right, that's when the altcoins run up. That's like the formula. It happens every time. So for those of you that are like struggling to trade altcoins, you got to wait for Bitcoin to consolidate. Once Bitcoin consolidates, then the altcoins move. A lot of altcoins recently bounced, at least for the short term, during this consolidation. If Bitcoin goes sideways again, altcoins will bounce. That's the formula. So no, altcoins aren't going to wait for Bitcoin to hit 20,000. Altcoins are going to wait for Bitcoin to consolidate wherever that may be. It could be the next week. Bitcoin goes sideways, altcoins run. Bitcoin pumps, altcoins sell off again. Or, you know, it depends. Sometimes altcoins can do well when Bitcoin goes up. Someone else coming with a €2 saying the biggest counter argument for BTC in your opinion. What is the biggest counter argument for Bitcoin? That's an interesting question. Lucas says, what is my biggest counter argument against Bitcoin? Huh. That's a really good question. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if I really have a really good argument against Bitcoin. The one thing that I could say that currently it's kind of being solved, the one bad thing I see about Bitcoin right now that's kind of being solved based on this activity right here is that Bitcoin's biggest utility is like literally, Bitcoin is like a utility token for leverage trading. That is like the biggest criticism I have against the Bitcoin market right now is that Bitcoin is basically a utility token for leverage trading in a lot of ways. And people are just abusing it like crazy. Now, we do have institutions coming in buying a lot of Bitcoin. We do have the CFTC coming in regulating derivatives exchanges. So as Wall Street, as the big money starts to step into the market, you're going to see that start to actually go away, right? You're going to see the craziness of the leverage, the derivatives exchanges. You know, more regulation is going to come in. Big money is going to come in. The price will, you know, it won't be as manipulated, right? You won't see these crazy BARTs all the time. So like, I don't know. I think the Bitcoin price after the next bull run will probably stabilize more because there's going to be more regulation and less manipulation. So there's like good things and bad things about that. One, Bitcoin will actually fulfill its purpose as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. And that's what a lot of these big companies are doing, is they're actually betting on Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. And now JP Morgan is also talking about that, Bitcoin's competition versus gold. So even JP Morgan is talking about Bitcoin actually being one of the best hedges against inflation. So that's really cool, right? Actually, change the song. So I just changed the music. But yeah, guys, I mean, I don't really have much of a criticisms against Bitcoin other than the fact that it's totally abused, totally manipulated. These leveraged derivatives exchanges are manipulating the price, just trying to make money, just trying to create volatility to make money, to get fees. And, you know, in a lot of ways, Bitcoin is a utility token for leverage trades. So, and that's going to be solved soon once regulation comes in. Once, you know, a lot of people want the banks to come in. A lot of people want the big money to step in. They're like, they want Wall Street to come in and buy Bitcoin. And it's like, okay, if we get that, you know that we're going to get a lot of regulation, because the only way that these big entities can buy Bitcoin is if it's regulated. And the more money that comes into crypto, the more regulation you're going to get, the more rules there going to be. So be careful what you wish for. But in my opinion, in order for Bitcoin to actually go to like 100K, this bull cycle will likely require Wall Street and big institutional money. Otherwise, you know, the last bull cycle was capable of happening, you know, with less institutional involvement. right? Especially this one, less institutional involvement was needed. But now in order to go from 10K to like 100K, you have, I mean, retail can't do that. You need institutional money. You need big money. You need, you know, banks to take interest. You need things like PayPal to start accepting Bitcoin. Then you can go to 100K, but that also means a lot of regulation. I just kind of went on a tangent. I don't think I really answered your question, but yeah, I mean, if you guys know, like before Forex used to be very unregulated. And it was kind of like crypto, where there was like 100x leverage exchanges, right? And then it became more regulated. And then, you know, things became a little bit more tame. So that's pretty much the position that crypto is in, where it's like the Wild West. And as the price goes up, and as these people buy more Bitcoin, and as the CFTC sees it growing, and they, you know, the CFTC actually wants the US to lead in blockchain, which is positive, I guess. But, you know, more regulation is coming, guys. More rules. Blockchain intelligence groups are gonna find ways to track everything you do. Watch. They will be able to track everything. They will probably figure out how to track Monero too. So cryptocurrencies will actually become heavily there's going to be a lot of surveillance, and it's going to be very easy to track crypto in the future. And you know, they're going to try to phase out cash, right? Like actual cash. And maybe we'll all just have to buy like gold coins or something. But yeah, crypto is going to be heavily surveilled in the future. It already is. Blockchain intelligence groups are figuring out, you know, they're going to figure out how to track you 11 ways to Sunday. Just watch. JP Morgan saying they're going to use Chainlink as the oracle. I mean, guys, Chainlink is going to have some of the most partnerships in the entire industry soon, right? It's going to be adopted by a lot of different projects. I mean, again, even things that aren't even blockchain related can use Chainlink, right? So that's why I think it's such a good bet. Yeah, earlier today we were talking about how the Rothschilds are now investing in Bitcoin. So the Illuminati is buying Bitcoin. They finally gave in. They finally gave up. Bitcoin finally won. The Rothschild Investment Corporation has finally embraced cryptocurrencies. Very cool. First they ignore you, and then you win, or whatever that quote is. Pretty cool. JP Morgan turns bullish on Bitcoin. Someone says we need to wreck the Rothschilds. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's possible. But yeah, guys, I've said like most of what I want to say today on this stream so far. So I'm not sure how much longer I want to stream now that we've gone over like everything. Maybe if we see Bitcoin going up, I'll stay on, but I think we're getting close to the end of the stream. What always happens is whenever I end the stream, Bitcoin goes up. Happens every time, so maybe I shouldn't. But at this point right now, Ethereum I think is a good buy as opposed to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like, you know, overbought in the weekly now. Ethereum is a pretty good spot to be buying, I think, probably. Once Bitcoin consolidates, Ethereum's probably going to go up. If you guys, do you guys think that Bitcoin's going to break 13.8K today? Click 1 for yes, 2 for no. Guys, we're almost at 800 likes. I think like 70% of people think we're going to break 13.8K today. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the stream, definitely hit the subscribe button. Usually I do videos. When Bitcoin is doing stuff like this, I'll go live, hang out with my viewers, talk to my viewers in the chat. Because that's basically, you know, usually what these streams are is I go live. For the first like half an hour or hour, I talk about all the things I want to talk about. And then after that, I kind of just hang out with the chat for a while. Did we get to, guys, I think we're really close to hitting 31,000 subs. Guys, we are so close to 31,000 subscribers. Let me see something here. See if we can get this pulled up. I feel like Social Blade is not working. Guys, we are very close to 31K subs. Who wants to send it? Who wants to send it? We're like right there. Who's going to reach 100K first? Me or Bitcoin? Definitely Bitcoin. If we enter a bull market, Bitcoin could hit like 60 to 100K in like a year. So yeah, we're here we go, guys. We're like seven subscribers away, 7 subs away from 31K. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the update, though. So Bitcoin actually looks like it's holding these levels. We'll see if we can actually get it to push up to 13.8. Somebody's saying that is the stock market dropping more? Down 0.3%. So yeah, I mean, election season usually is bearish for stock market. Let's see what's going on with... So we're going to pull up Bitcoin against the S&P. And we're also going to pull up the US dollar index. So it looks like the US dollar index has seen a slight uptick recently. Stock market hasn't been doing well. Bitcoin's been doing really well. But yeah, I think most likely the stock market's just going to trend down going into the election up until like November 3rd at least, right? Probably. I mean, if we've been trending down all this way, I think it's that's just the inevitable direction until November 3rd. We'll see what happens on November 3rd. Well, yeah, I mean, guys, there's a lot of uncertainty right now because there's no stimulus, right? There's no stimulus, or at least it's, you know, it's delayed now. And COVID numbers are rising. The election is coming up. So, you know, it makes sense why the stock market is pulling back. The US dollar had a big decline recently. And that was, you know, it's going to look a little confusing, but that directly benefited Bitcoin, the orange line here. Very strong inverse correlation between the US dollar index and Bitcoin, right? US dollar tanked back here in July. Bitcoin ran up. Direct inverse correlation. And very similar thing happened here. You know, major continued downtrend for the US dollar. Bitcoin rises. So even though Bitcoin and the S&P do generally run together, like they pull back together, rebound together, 20% of the time they're doing something different, right? Sometimes they do something different. But regardless, Bitcoin and the S&P, in terms of the direction of the market, like if you go to the weekly chart, in terms of market direction, they're usually fairly correlated until the last week. But if you, really the best thing to do is look at the US dollar index. You can trade Bitcoin against it. Guys, it depends. So people are saying the stock market is going to crash. Well, that really depends. If we can get the election, if we get the election results and then we get the stimulus to pass, maybe we don't crash. Maybe we don't crash. Though it's very hard to tell. I mean, do you guys think that the US is going to go into lockdown again? I don't really see that happening again. I don't think the US is going to go back into lockdown. I don't think so. I could be wrong though. Bitcoin is coming back up to above 13,700. This is pretty cool. Going to the 30-minute chart. Bitcoin is looking to push a little bit here. Let's see, guys. We're going to see if we can come up to 13.888. Guys, we're almost at 800 likes. I really want to get 1,000 likes on this live stream. And also, we just crossed 31,000 subs. Very, very cool. Fireworks for 31,000 subs. I appreciate it, guys. It'd be awesome if we get 1,000 likes and 31,000 subs today. What is it called when a state has an internal civil war? What kind of a question is that? I mean, it's difficult for me to say where Bitcoin's going to go. People are asking, are we going to go to 14K this week? Well, first of all, we need to come up to that 13.8K level and actually hit that exact price and see what the market actually does, see how the market reacts. Is there enough demand that people just want to keep buying Bitcoin, into 14K? Like, is that a thing right now? Is there that much demand? It's hard to say. We'll find out, right? But in my opinion, it's less likely that Bitcoin would just go week after week straight to 20K, like, without any pullbacks. I think it's more likely that Bitcoin would probably, whether we hit 13.8 or, maybe there's like a false breakout or something, whatever. I think it's more likely that we'll probably pull back to the 21-week EMA. That's where I'm personally looking to accumulate more Bitcoin. So, for me, I'm not going to FOMO in, right? Again, really at this point, you guys are seeing fireworks on your screen. That's hilarious. My bad. At this point, you guys couldn't even see what I was doing. At this point, I'm not going to be accumulating on the upswing. I'm going to wait for the dip. That's where I'm going to be accumulating. And whether that's here, back to 12K, or we run up more, back to 13.8, I'm going to wait for... Basically, what I'm going to wait for is a dip, and I'm going to look at social media. I'm going to wait for people to say bull run is over, and then I'm going to buy, right? Once people say bull run over, that's my buy indicator. Seriously, it usually works pretty well. Once you get that dip and people go bull run over, just buy there, and usually that's a pretty good spot. No, don't. I wouldn't suggest FOMOing. If you're really itching to buy something right now, probably Ethereum. Probably Ethereum. Hasn't even broken out yet. Chainlink up. Chainlink is kind of just, guys, we already talked about this. It's more likely that Chainlink is going to be going a little bit sideways, you know, going into the end of October, probably. Again, guys, Chainlink is an altcoin. I'm tired of people asking me, why is this coin doing this? Why is this altcoin doing this? Like, Bitcoin's going up, right? And people will be like, why is Chainlink not mooning? Guys, you should know the formula by now. When Bitcoin moons, altcoins either stall or sell off. When Bitcoin consolidates, altcoins recover. Like, if you have to write that down somewhere, like take a sticky note, Bitcoin moons, altcoins stall or sell off. Bitcoin consolidates, altcoins rebound. And then just like put that on your computer, because that's the formula. I'm tired of people asking me about altcoins. It's like, you guys know Bitcoin's going up. What do you expect? Write that sticky note down. Literally. Here. I'm going to do it so you guys do it too. Get a sticky note right now, right? Bitcoin moons. Get a sticky note, right? Bitcoin moons. Alts stall or dump. Bitcoin, then the next one is Bitcoin consolidates. Alts rebound. This way you can stop messing up your trades and start understanding what happens. All right, get a sticky note. Literally write this down. Bitcoin moons, alts stall or dump. Bitcoin consolidates, alts rebound. Bitcoin moons, alts stall or dump. Bitcoin consolidates, alts rebound. That's usually the formula. It doesn't happen every time, but that's like usually how it goes. And then you just put that on your computer screen. That way you guys can stop asking me these questions, because it's the same thing every time. You guys are informed now. Take notes, write everything down. Yeah, okay, so then the third one would be Bitcoin dumps. Like, Bitcoin dumps, everything dumps. Now, the way that things play out, depending on the market environment. For example, in 2017, like, everything was just mooning, right? Like, everything was just mooning, like, all year, right? Of course, the formula was kind of in play, but that's because there was so much new money that, you know, so much new outside money was coming into crypto in 2017 that, like, money was just like, everything was just going up because there was so much money flow into crypto. When it comes to like this environment here, where Bitcoin is just like below the all-time high, hitting lows, up, down, up, down, up, down, you know, money gets cycled. Money's cycling, right? So that means that when Bitcoin goes up, you know, alts are going down or stalling. And when Bitcoin consolidates, the money cycles back into alts and they rebound. You see, if Bitcoin breaks out into new highs again, then things might just get generally bullish across the board no matter what, because there's going to be so much money flowing into the market. Do you see how that works? Like it also depends on market environment. Also, when Bitcoin is very bullish, when the market is very bullish, breakout buying works much more often. When you're in a bear market, breakout buying doesn't work, right? So this is just another piece of advice. If you're in, like a lot of people got really wrecked in 2018 because the market was going down like this. And then a lot of people in 2018, they would want to do a breakout buy, like, oh, look, an ascendant triangle bullish reversal, right? And they would see this resistance here, and the price would pop up above resistance, and they would long it, thinking they were doing a breakout buy, but the overall market trend was down. And they would break out, they would try to breakout buy, and there would just be a false breakout and dump, and they would get wrecked, you know? But in a bull market, right? In a bull market, when the overall trend is up, you know, usually breakout buys work much better. You know, they actually follow through when the overall trend is up. You see? So that's something you got to remember. If you're in a bear market, breakout buying is a very bad idea. If you're in a bull market, breakout buying is, you know, it can work. It can work sometimes. Which, another term for breakout buying for a lot of you noobs out there is FOMO trading. But, you know, some people, the funny thing was, everyone was a genius in 2017 because the FOMO buyers thought they were geniuses because they were, you know, breakout buying, really FOMOing. And they made money and they were like, oh, look, I'm such a good trader. Look at me. Like, and then we reversed into 2018. They tried to do the same thing and they got wrecked, right? Guys, people are saying, what is... Oh, man. People are saying, what the F is Chainlink doing? Okay, here we go, guys. Ready? I'm holding it up again. Write this down. Bitcoin moons, alts stall or dump. Bitcoin moons, alts stall or dump. Okay? Bitcoin consolidates, alts rebound. So people are like, what is Chainlink doing? Well, guys, Bitcoin is like ripping right now. It's ripping to the upside. And it's just following the formula. Alt stall or dump? Well, it looks like Chainlink is, you know, stalling a bit here. Normal. Right, and guys, even Ethereum, a market leader, is not doing anything because Bitcoin's mooning, right? Look. You need to write this down. Even Ethereum is not mooning. Why? Because when Bitcoin moons, alt stall or dump. Now, this isn't always the case. It just very often is the case. Now you guys know. Just looking at chat. So, Romac says you should have mugs with written on it Kevin Svensson crypto. Would you guys actually buy a mug from me that says Kevin Svensson crypto? I always thought that was a weird idea. But maybe like I'll sell a mug and then when I go live you can drink out of the mug while you watch. I'm not sure if we're going to sell mugs. So we're just waiting here. Bitcoin is like potentially looking to move up again, maybe. We're starting to begin, you know, we're getting a little bit of a consolidation here. We'll see. This is only the 30-minute chart though. Probably look at the 4-hour. But yeah, we do have that bearish divergence on the 4-hour, which I guess is starting to play out. a bit. You know, we have bearish divergence in the 4 hour. We're hitting 13.8K multi-year high. You know, we're overbought on the weekly now. You know, maybe we do consolidate. We'll see, right? This is why I was saying buying Bitcoin here is not exactly the right idea, right? It's too much. There's too much potential for at least a consolidation or pullback. But it's always hard to tell, you know. Whenever the market is this bullish, again, you know, you're trying to predict human activity. You're trying to predict the activity of like a group of whales that are, you know, buying or selling. It's always hard to determine, right? There's no guarantees, guys. Any whale can do anything and make the price do anything right now, right? So your analysis could be so spot on, but if a whale does something, it all changes, right? Nothing is set in stone. Latin Crypto says there is no exchanges supply at the moment. So I guess there's thin supply on the market, it seems. Yeah, I'm not sure. I personally won't be buying Bitcoin. I mean, I already have a lot of positions across the market, so I don't feel the need to FOMO here. Where I would want to buy is, as I keep saying over and over again, if we ever catch up to which we will at some point, if we ever catch up to the 21-week EMA, that is where I want to buy. You know, wherever that may be. Maybe it's not until, you know, next year or something. You know, maybe we rally up more and then pull back. And it's at 13.8K. I'm just not going to buy until we retest the 21-week EMA, and that'll be my next entry. Pretty simple approach, a low-stress approach, just staying patient, letting my positions ride. I don't care if Bitcoin sells off soon, but I know where I want to buy, and I'm really comfortable with what's going on. I don't really care all that much, and that's really the approach I have right now, and that's about it. Guys, you always want to be comfortable. If you're uncomfortable with what you're doing, then you're doing something wrong, right? You want to be comfortable with what you're doing in the market. Yeah, I mean, people are talking about how you have more of a chance of losing with altcoins. I mean, same thing, guys. If you're using leverage, this is the way that I look at it. If you're using 25x leverage, you have a 25% chance of getting wrecked. If you're using 50x leverage, you have a 50% chance of getting wrecked. And if you're using a 100x leverage, you have a 100% chance of getting wrecked. That's how I see it. Well, Cal Level Crypto, the way that you really want to play with the alts is by researching something early on, figuring out what crypto is going to change the industry at a fundamental level, right? You want to find, because remember, guys, the crypto industry is still being developed. It's still very new. There's still a lot of things that we need to do here before the crypto market becomes fully developed and matured. So with that in mind, the best altcoins are the ones that are fundamentally changing crypto directly, not like some altcoin that's going to do something with, like, I don't know, something that has nothing to do with crypto. Like, you'll see altcoins doing like cell phone stuff and like I don't know, just like random stuff. You want to find cryptos that are fundamentally changing the crypto industry. Like think like streaming cryptos like Steam or like mobile or like store, like altcoins that are dealing with like shopping online, and like all that stuff is like whatever. Like it's so the industry is so underdeveloped that you have to invest in the infrastructure of the industry. You know, what's going to actually make the industry grow. Like, first of all, if you don't own Ethereum, you should own Ethereum, first of all. You know, obviously Bitcoin, but besides Bitcoin, you should own Ethereum if you don't already. Like, if you don't own Ethereum, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. You know, people are asking like Litecoin. Is Litecoin fundamentally changing? Like, for example, is Litecoin fundamentally changing the crypto space right now? No, it's not, which is why it's performing so poorly. If Litecoin implements privacy features, maybe Litecoin would then start to fundamentally change something about crypto, right? But the reason why Litecoin is performing so bad is because it's not doing much for the crypto. It's not fundamentally, it's not revolutionizing crypto, you know? Ethereum is providing almost all of the infrastructure for crypto and DeFi right now. So that's why Ethereum is doing well, or relatively well. I actually think it's undervalued. I mean, we're still below the support level of 2018, really undervalued. I think it's going to get above 500 pretty soon, probably. But yeah, look for the projects that are fundamentally changing the crypto space. Chainlink is one of them. Just looking at chat. I mean, guys, Chainlink is getting a lot of partnerships. There's a lot of people that are interested in using Chainlink for all kinds of reasons. Yo, Pat Rushi is in the chat. What's up, Pat? Are you bullish on KevCoin? I'm pretty bullish on KevCoin, yeah. So Bitcoin's coming up to the multi-year high right now. We're going to see if we can break through it. I mean, I'm going to be streaming until I have at least 1,000 likes. At least 1,000 likes, guys. Come on. We're 60 likes away from 900, and we're getting close to 1,000. If we hit 1,000 likes, that means Bitcoin will break above 13.8K. That's usually how it works. It's happened before. Guys, if Bitcoin enters a bull market, yeah, somebody's asking, will Chainlink do a 2017 style Ethereum run? I think it's very likely that Chainlink will do a 2017 Ethereum style run if Bitcoin breaks above 20,000 and goes towards at least 60 to maybe 100K. Then, yeah, Chainlink will very likely go into it. Chainlink will hit at least, if Bitcoin breaks above 20K and heads towards at least 60K or so, Chainlink will at the least hit $100, which is less than a 10x away from this current price at 12. Realistically, a peak mega bull market run for Chainlink is like $150 to $400. $150 to $400 is, I think, a more realistic, like, ultra bullish target for Chainlink if Bitcoin runs towards 60K or something. Yeah, you just take Ethereum's all-time high was $1,400. And the supply is almost 3 times less than Chainlink. So, I don't know, just divide Ethereum's bull market peak by 3, and you get like something near $400. So that's like peak. It's complete speculation. Someone's saying, "Oh my God, he's just making this up." Well, yeah, pretty much. That's what speculation is. You're just coming up with a likely scenario. I'm completely speculating. Yeah, what's up, dude? Optical's in the chat. What's up? So we're getting pretty close. Like, I want to stream to see what Bitcoin does, but I also don't want to just wait for it. I don't want to just wait for it. I already talked about like everything I want to talk about. I've been live for like, I don't even know how long. 2.5 hours. And I've literally been nonstop talking for 2.5 hours. I've already said everything I wanted to say. Now I'm just waiting to see if Bitcoin can make a move. We're not getting all that many sellers yet. Optical says, Kevin, do you think that 14.7K is top? Why 14.7? Why would it be 14.7? I mean, if you look at what has happened at 14.7, I mean, this entire range from like 16K, where we had some weekly candles close at 16K, 16.1. We had a weekly candle close at 13.8 and one just below 13.8. And we have this peak here at 13.8. So in my opinion, I mean, 13.8K up to 16K is like a major range. Like, I don't really see much going on there. It's just like a big trading range. I honestly, guys, if we get above 14, I think it's more likely that we would actually get like a full parabolic extension to up to 16K. Like if we get above 14, we'd probably go up to 16.1. You know, before maybe getting some sort of pullback. I don't know. It's hard to say, guys. It's really all based on the demand of Bitcoin at the time of the breakout. It's based on, you know, what it looks like going into election season. Is the stock market going to dump soon? Are we going to recover after the election happens, just like 2016? After 2016, the stock market, you know, we were dumping going to the election. On November 3rd, we rebound and just go into a major bull market. Is the same thing going to happen now, where it's like election season, sell off into November 3rd, rebound and have a major bull market? If we do, then we could be getting much more bullish than even I expect. Kenny Williams said he just downloaded Cryptowatch. That's good to hear, guys. In the description below, guys, again, it's completely free. Go into the description. And guys, if you haven't already, it's free. It's free. Sign up with Cryptowatch. Totally free. Here's the link. Optical says, Kevin, I have faith in your TA. You killed Link. Called the $20. I appreciate that. And he says, but I think 14.7 is top, and next week markets crash. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. You know, what's more like? Is it more likely that Bitcoin breaks out and breaks towards, you know, 16K or reverses here? It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say, in my opinion. It's hard to judge what the demand in the market is like right now. I mean, we could maybe go to, let's see, Google searches. Have we had an increase for Bitcoin on the trends? We can check. Is retail coming in yet? You know, that's the kind of question we need to know. I really don't know. It didn't seem like it a few days ago. So actually, oh, here we go. This is kind of interesting. If you go to Google Trends and you go to the past 90 days, it seems like we have had a big spike in Bitcoin searches over the past, you know, going into October 22nd, 21st, 22nd, a big spike in Bitcoin searches. Now, another key one to do is buy Bitcoin or something like that kind of a search. a little bit, not all that much. A little bit of an increase, or like how to buy Bitcoin. Like this kind of a search is like the one that you really want to keep your eye on, because this is new money. Little bit of a bump, not much. Cryptocurrency search term. A little bit of an increase, not all that much. You know, in my opinion, we'll probably have to get above 14K. And once we do that, I think people will start shouting from the rooftops. And of course, guys, of course, just like last time, when you get above 1200, just like last time, this is when the real buzz started popping off. Now, the reason why, guys, so like as an explanation for some of you guys that may not understand emotional feedback, I've talked about this a lot on my channel. The crypto market is very much based on speculation. Therefore, emotional feedback plays a huge role in the price. Now, emotional feedback usually takes place basically like this. You know, we hit a bull market peak. You know, everyone's really excited. And then it dumps. And the people that bought in here, you know, think the world is ending basically, and there's a lot of fear. And there's sort of like there's some emotional feedback, right? And people just there's just more and more panic that sets in. But once you hit a bottom, once you hit an accumulation range, you know, people are buying, right? Smart money's buying. Some people think the world ended and Bitcoin's dead. You know, this is where people say Bitcoin's dead. It's never coming back. We're going to go to zero, right? Bitcoin gets accumulated by smart money. Some people are buying here. The first time, you know, once it rallies, once it breaks out above that accumulation range, all the people that were buying here are saying, look, Bitcoin, look, it's coming back, right? And then, you know, some of the people that are bearish are like, oh, this is just a sucker's rally. We're not going up anymore. Bitcoin's done. We're going to go back to zero, right? But the emotional feedback is playing a role. The people that accumulated at the low point are now talking about it. Now we have a whole new range here of people that are buying Bitcoin. Some more people are now buying Bitcoin here. And then Bitcoin breaks out. Bang, Bitcoin breaks out again. And all the people that were buying here start to say, oh my God, look, we're recovering. And they start to make noise. They start to talk about Bitcoin. And this causes more people to step in. This is what's called emotional feedback. And then once you pop up above the next resistance, all the people that just bought here are making even more noise. Now you have all the people that were buying Bitcoin all in this range. They're all happy. They're all talking about it. They're all tweeting about it. They're all saying how great Bitcoin is, right? And then we come up towards that all-time high level. And once you pop above the all-time high, you know, everybody that was buying Bitcoin anywhere in the cycle is now saying, wow, Bitcoin, it's amazing. It's the next best thing. It's going to the moon. Holy crap, right? So, and then you'll see the Google searches explode. And that's when you, instead of having a steady upward trend line, instead of having below the all-time high, what do you have? Below the all-time high, you have a steady upward sloping trend line. Just higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. And now, once you get that breakout of the all-time high, what happens is there's so much emotional feedback. There's so many people talking about Bitcoin that you have an exponential rise in price where you go parabolic. Because the people that bought below the all-time high, they're screaming about it. The people that got in on the next run, they're making money. They're telling their friends, oh my God. Now these people that bought in, they're making money on the next breakout. They're telling their friends. Everyone's, oh my God. Then the news starts talking about it. Then the news talks about it and everybody in the world hears it. And then once everyone's in, everyone's in. No one left to buy, we crash, right? So emotional feedback is like, especially for crypto, is a huge player in the way the market's moving, right? So going back to my original point, in order for Google searches to start to actually, break out again, we're going to have to get at least 14K, break above 20K. And again, you know, once you get above that all-time high, everybody that bought Bitcoin anywhere in the past 2 years, if they held, are now in profit. And oh boy, I mean, you can imagine how much buzz that's going to create. A lot. And then you're going to see people FOMOing into the next run, right? And they're going to consolidate, runs up again, breaks above the all-time high, more emotional feedback. And that's how you create the next bull market, right? That's like, this is how it goes. Just as an explanation as to why the market is moving, a lot of it has to do with emotional feedback. Guys, we're almost 100 likes away from 1,000 likes. 1,000. I've been live for how long now? Almost 3 hours. Guys, smash up that like button. Let's get ourselves 1,000 likes. Only 100 likes away. All we need is 100 people to hit that like button. We'll hit that 1K milestone for the stream. I mean, the most likes I ever had was like 2,000 or 3,000. So I don't know if you guys want to try and get there, maybe you could. Can we get 60 likes in 10 seconds? Let's see if we can do it. You guys are crushing it. We're already at 950 likes. Hit the like button for the explanation on emotional feedback, trading psychology. But guys, did that explanation make sense? I just spent like 5 minutes talking about emotional feedback and, you know, how you can sort of gauge like I didn't really explain it all the way, but I was explaining how like each parabolic run gets a whole new set of people into the market. And once you break out, you get the crowd gets bigger and larger and louder. In the next parabolic run, the crowd gets bigger and larger and louder. And then it gets so loud that the news is covering it because they know they're going to get views. They know they're going to get good ratings, so they cover it. And once you hit that major news cycle where it's like every news station is talking about Bitcoin for like a month or two, then like all the money you could possibly imagine is like all the people that want to buy Bitcoin are buying Bitcoin, and then you hit that peak, right? You actually end the parabolic phase, right? You're going parabolic, and what happens? Here, I want to show you guys something. You know when I started my channel? Do you know when I started my channel? I started my channel because I identified that the emotional feedback had actually subsided. I started my channel literally right here. Right when we broke the parabolic trend. Right there. After that dump, I started my channel. If you go back to the first video on my channel, and I said, guys, I'm pretty sure cryptocurrencies are in a bubble. And then the next video, I started calling, you know, right in this area here. That's when I made my $2,500 Bitcoin bear market low prediction, which was only off by about $600. So it was pretty damn close. But that's, you know, it was so easy to identify, right? So easy to identify. You had a parabolic trend, you broke it. We were on every news station possible, and then you broke the parabolic trend. Interesting. I guess there was no more buyers. Next one. All right, we hit the 3,100 low. Next one. What happens here? Very interesting. Bitcoin goes on an exponential parabolic trend. Sorry, I have a cold. Break the parabolic trend. Descending triangle. It's like the same exact pattern, guys. It's like the same exact pattern. Same psychology, same type of trend break. So look for that again, right? Look for that parabolic trend again on the next run. See if you can identify when the emotional feedback has subsided. Once you have the most attention, the most media exposure, and you can properly identify where the parabolic trend is sitting. And if you break the trend to the downside, then you might know when to sell, right? But first of all, we're not even anywhere near that. We need to get above 20K. We need to start pushing to at least like 50, 60K, I think is like the minimum all-time high for the next run. Just looking at chat. See what chat is saying. I've missed a lot of chat. Someone says, is this my Halloween lighting? What do you mean by Halloween lighting? Oh, is it getting dark in here? Maybe it's getting dark. I guess it's dark. But anyway, yeah, guys, like if you're talking about the next bull cycle, I mean, you know, comparing it to the last one, right? Like this, if you're looking at all the high points before the trend really picked up into a bull market, this is like where we're at right now. You know, we're not even like, it's like we're sitting at 600 bucks, or it's like we're sitting at 700, 800 bucks in 2016. It's like, that's where we are right now. It's like we're like right there, right? So if things can remain if things are at least stable in the global markets, like if the S&P can at least not crash, like if the S&P can at least hold these levels, and especially if the S&P breaks to the upside, Bitcoin's going to break above 20K. It's getting really likely now. Guys, we're 20 likes away from 1,000 likes. What does a man have to do other than stream for 3 hours straight to get 1,000 likes? Also, I appreciate it, guys. We hit 31,000 subs today. 31,000, yeah. Really cool. For Chainlink, guys, we just got to wait for Bitcoin to consolidate. We might be looking to go parabolic. We got to break above 1340, though. We did it, guys. We did it. We just hit 1,000 likes on the stream. Fireworks for 1,000 likes. Well done. Well done. See, I'm trying to stream to see what Bitcoin does at 13.8K, but we just keep consolidating. I mean, these fireworks are also just for Bitcoin being very bullish. But yeah, guys, if I'm going to keep streaming, which, you know, I almost feel like Bitcoin might just go sideways at least. I don't know. Who knows what Bitcoin's going to do? I think it's more likely that we just consolidate for a bit. I don't necessarily want to be streaming for that. I've been streaming for a long time. Yeah, earlier today, Donna coming in with a nice comment. I appreciate that, Donna. But earlier today, I was thinking about making a video, right? And like it was just, we just kept going up, up, up. And I was like, my video is going to be irrelevant in like 5 minutes. So I'm just going to go live. But yeah, guys, for now, I think I'm just going to end the stream. I'm coming up now on 3 hours, 2 hours, 55 minutes. We hit 1,000 likes. We got 31,000 subscribers today. Bitcoin reached just under 3,800 or 13,800. And we talked about a lot of stuff all day long. Feels like a day. I feel like I spent a day on stream. It's like we had a 3-hour class. No, guys, the fireworks are in my stream thing. But guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the donations too. We had a lot of people donating today. I'm not sure where I can see the donos. Let's see where we have viewer activity. Oh, here we go. Kevin effing 1 was one person that donated. Appreciate it. Christian, Julio, Kevin effing 1 coming in 3 times. So we have 5R Jim Miranda, Man Somewhere Out There, Vikrant S, Josh Bar, Gupta, Vidal, Thomas again, Lucas, Jacob. I appreciate all you guys donating to the stream. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys all taking part in the stream, commenting, because really that's what this stream is for, guys. I go live so I can, talk for a little bit, and then literally I just talk to the chat for like half the stream, if not more. I'm just here to engage with you guys, here to engage with my viewers. This is the only time that I can really talk to all my viewers, so I think it's a lot of fun to go live, talk to all my people, and just enjoy the market, enjoy the moves. Kevin effing 1 says, thanks, Kevin. You're one of the few streamers left that take time to answer our comments and questions. Well, I appreciate you. Kevin effing 1, I think you might be the top donator today. I think you donated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times or something. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome. All right, guys, but for now, Bitcoin's consolidating. We'll see what happens. If something happens tomorrow, I'll go live again. Or I'll make a video. We'll see. I might make another fun intro for you guys. Did you guys see the intros that I did recently? If you go to the video called Bitcoin headed for 13.8, which I guess came true. There's a funny intro there. And really the funniest one is Bitcoin massive bull market run. Sorry, Bitcoin massive bull run. Are you ready? That's a hilarious intro I made. Check that one out as well. But anyway, guys. Before I go, sign up for Cryptowatch right there. It's totally free to sign up. That's my sign up link. It's free. Sign up for free. Check out my favorite charting and trading platform. And once you have an account, some of you guys already have an account with Cryptowatch, then you go to the desktop app. Download this for free. The desktop app is free. Download the desktop app for free. Also, follow me on Twitter. Definitely follow me on Twitter, guys. I tweet a lot, or a pretty good amount at least. Follow me on Twitter. And guys, definitely join the Discord. Definitely join the Discord. I'm in Discord all the time. Though you'll catch me in the VIP chat all day long almost. Most of the day at least. If you want to get to the VIP chat, you obviously got to be a patron. Join the Patreon, you get extra content. You can look at one of my secondary portfolios. But if you want to support the channel, get extra content, join the Patreon, guys. And that's my shill for the day. Just shill to you guys everything. The free Cryptowatch account, free desktop app. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord. The only thing that actually you would pay for is Patreon, but that's if you want to support the channel. Everything else is free. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next live stream or video. I'll see you guys soon.